Yo, what's going on? What's going on, good people? Pardon my delay. I was having some technical challenges. But we here. What's going on? What's going on? Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, everybody. Welcome to another episode of SRDaily. Your boy is feeling great. I'm feeling alive. I am feeling strong. I am feeling clear. Did something this morning I haven't done in a while, in too long. I'm almost embarrassed to say it, but I have not checked social media yet. Even though I am live on social media, I have not checked any messages. I've been up since like 2 something in the morning, just meditating and clearing my mind and morning. I did a meditation, and on the train from Brooklyn, I did not check social media. I only used the phone to make sure she was good. And to then when getting off the train, check the bus. So I feel real great about that. Feeling real disciplined. That's something that. So I normally on the train I'll play my game, my word game, but then that'll have me right. It's on Facebook. So then now I'm checking Facebook messages. Now I find myself scrolling and I'll catch myself. Then now I go to Instagram and check a message, and then I'm checking emails. I haven't checked my emails, haven't checked any messages, and I feel really freaking good about that. What's going on, champ? What's going on? I feel really good. I feel really strong. I feel really clear-headed. I have not allowed any other thoughts to enter my mind on the train. I didn't even listen to music. I read my books, 2 different books. I wrote my notes for the show this morning. Got in, did some more reading, worked out, showered. I feel real good, real clear. I am, because I do got to do some stuff for a few people, so I am going to check my messages when I get off of this. And that's going to be my thing. I'm going to strive to not check any social media, any emails, right, until after my show. So about 9:30, then I'll start interacting with the rest of the world, right? So yeah, feeling real good, feeling real clear, feeling real strong. Happy Wednesday, Wellness and Wisdom Wednesday. Any PPC, what's going on? Said Fusi and Kofa tuned in from YouTube. I see you. Yolanda, Stella, what's going on? Peace and love. Thank you for tuning in. It's a beautiful show, guys. Let's get this thing started. Once again, I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Ray Marston. You were tuned into SR Daily, episode 466, moving right along with week 94. It's a beautiful day. Yesterday was a beautiful day. Shout out to Mary Jo Bida, candidate for Assembly District 36 here in Long Island City in Astoria. She got enough donations for the matching fund. She needed 65 donations in 2 days. She hit me yesterday and said we got 69 donations in those 2 days. I donated. I made a video encouraging you guys to donate. If you've seen the video and you haven't donated yet, still please donate. $10, right? $10. The same way we ask for donations for different things, we can also donate to people for different things. And again, $5, $10, it all adds up, right? If 1,000 people get $5, that's $5,000. It's not a whole lot of money, but it can pay for some posters. It can pay for some transportation for some people to do some phone banking. It could pay for a lot of things, right? Pay for office space. She's a super dope woman. Generation First. So she is born in Bangladesh, moved here in 2001, and raised her children here. Right, she has 3 children. Incredible woman, incredible sister, doing incredible things. I wholeheartedly support her, endorse her, and believe that she can do incredible. She will do an incredible job for the district, for the city, and for the country. I think she's pretty open-minded. I think she'll bring a variety of people into her campaign, right? And then when she wins into her office, to really build and to really impact positively, right? But let's get this thing started, fam. Let's start with our first segment of the day. Once again, I'm your boy, LaShawn Sugar Ray Marston. Wednesday, October 1st. Happy new month. Happy Wednesday. Happy October. Shout out to all the Libras whose birthdays are today. I think I got a cousin whose birthday is today. I know a young lady who is part of Echoes. Her birthday is today. She didn't let us forget. Birthday. So shout out to the Libras, October 1st. But phrase of the day. Today's phrase, our first segment, the all is the mind. That is our phrase of the day. Very simple. The all is the mind. And this is a phrase, and it is also ancient wisdom brought to us by Darth Hermes, or I can never say it, Trismegistus something. I can never say it correctly. But Hermes, who is the author of the 7 Hermetic laws, or 7 Hermetic principles, right? In which the first law 1, states that clearly the all is the mind. And this is a phrase, this is some wisdom that has always spoken to me in such a way, like, that it means, right? And again, I talked yesterday about mental health challenges, as someone who has had mental health challenges, as someone who has had stinking thinking, and still is working through some stinking thinking. as your mind goes, your world goes. All right, like your world, your whole world, a person's whole world begins first in their mind. What are you conceiving? What thoughts are you having? That is what's going to play out in your life in various different ways. It's not always going to look exactly the same, but if you really pay attention to your thoughts, and you really pay attention to your thoughts, you can see how things that are happening in your life, even if you are not physically causing them, right? Or was it my fault? Or I didn't do anything. What are your thoughts? Right? What are your thoughts? The all is the mind. Right? The all is the mind. And thus, if one person's world, life goes as their mind goes, that means the whole world, the collective world, is not much more than a culmination of human collective mind, human collective thought, human collective consciousness. And so I'm reading this book, right? I didn't take it out of my bag, but How to Create a Mind is an extremely incredible book. I started it a few times a couple years ago, but distracted, but I'm getting into it now. I'm reading that book along with Wayne Dyer, 60 Days to Enlightenment, right? Wisdom of the Ages. I'm reading both books because that book, Wayne Dyer's book, recommends just reading one essay a day. How to Create a Mind, I'm going to read it straight through, right? As much as possible. I already read like 20-something pages this morning. But super powerful book, man. Super, super, super powerful. There's Ray Kurzweil. Ray Kurzweil is freaking genius. He's responsible for a lot shit that I can't even remember, but I remember seeing his name a lot of different places, right? Related to science and biology and chemistry, and things like that, right? I know he has the persistent, I can't even, I know LOAR, law of accurate, yeah, I can't remember, but he's responsible for a lot. But as I'm reading this book, I'm reminded of actually how special the human brain is. And again, no coincidence that I'm reading this book. I'm doing this brain science. When I finish on here, I got to do a lesson today, get a lesson done, take a quiz today, this afternoon. But how special the brain is. And although the all is the mind, and the mind is extremely as vast, the mind is as vast as the heavens above and as deep as the oceans below. Even the brain boggles the mind. I read that in that book. Even the brain boggles the mind, as vast as the mind is, right? And there's a quote in that book. I want to read a poem. I want to read because it's so powerful, right? But as vast as the mind is, as deep as the mind can go, even the brain boggles it. It's like, whoa, shit, right? What a phenomenon, right? Something like a phenomenon. I think that's pretty magical. So yeah, the all is the mind. Right, consciousness. Yeah, this book is phenomenal because it begs the question: does your mind have more than one consciousness? Yo, fascinating. Well, let's move right along to our second segment of the day. Today's second segment, our need to know news of the day. Mona Love, happy welcome in Wisdom Wednesday. Okay, switching it up. Welcome, yo, wellness. I say welcome, yeah. Baby Love, tired. Up late, up early. We getting it done. No, hit the gym. I'm so proud of you, girl. I'm so proud of your dedication, your commitment to your wellness and to your health and to your excellence. But let's get right along to our second segment, need to know news of the day. Today's news is a news flash. Newsflash. Got some shit I want to share with you guys. Understand this. The earth is a place. The earth is a place. Physical place. Living, breathing place. The earth. The world is only an idea. The world is an idea. We get caught up because, the world, the earth is the place. The world is an idea. So yes, we are bound to earth by our bodies, our physical bodies bound us to earth, right? We are more than our body. We are spirit. We are like plasma. We are eternal. We are everlasting. All of that fly shit. But in this body, we are bound to earth. We are not able to leap tall and bounds and jump over the building and freaking teleport. No, not in this body. Spirit, yes, of course, spirit does all of that. But in this body, we are bound to earth and gravity and the laws of earth and the laws of gravity, right? But we are not bound to the ideas and structures that we live with, in, and under. We are not bound so we can adjust them. We can shift. We can be in a different place. Like, you are not bound. You do not have to live the same way that you've been living, right? You do not have to live under capitalism. You do not have to live under any structure that you don't want to live under. You just got to figure out how do you create the life that you want, right? And so in my humble opinion, rather than trying to change the world, right? I don't personally, humbly, I don't want to change the world. The world is, So rather than trying to change the world, which means trying to change the minds and hearts of men, the minds and hearts of other people, I think, again, in my humble opinion, it is better and actually easier, simpler to simply build a new world, to create new ideals, to create and institute new ways of being and of living and of existing in harmony with other people and with nature and other living life forms and other life forms, right? I think it is more beneficial to build anew. So my ministry, Healer World Ministries, has always been first ministry of the new world. We are building a new world. I am not trying to change the hearts and minds of these corrupt people. I don't personally, my philosophy tells me that if there are humans that are naturally extremely altruistic and quote unquote good, then the opposite is true. I don't want to try to change those people's minds and hearts. I don't think I can. That's not what I want to spend my time doing, is changing people's hearts and minds. What I do want to do though, all those people who are in the middle, who are conditioned, I want to just present information to them. That's why we create content. That's why we make films. That's why we put out audio. That's why we put out videos. That's why we use art. So I use art in all of these different mediums to express myself, yes, to connect with the people on the same frequency, yes, and then to inspire those who are just lost, dazed, and confused, deaf, dumb, and blind, as they say, right? And which side are you going on, right? Because this side is a lot better. It's love over here. It's love, it's peace, it's harmony, it's truth, it's freedom, it's justice over here, it's liberation over here, right? It's connectedness over here, it's togetherness, it's collective work and responsibility, it's Ujama and Ujima, right? And Kuchichagalia, right? And Nia, right? And Imani, right? That's what's on this side of the fence. That's what's on this side of the spectrum. It could be on the other side. I don't want to change those people's minds who are on the other side. That's not my responsibility. That reminds me of the saying from Jesus the Christ, right? Do not give your pearls to pigs for fear they will trample them underfoot, turn and devour you. Do not give your pearls to pigs for fear they will trample them underfoot, turn and devour you. That wisdom you got, those jewels you got, those gems you got, that knowledge you got, don't give it to people who don't value knowledge, who don't value wisdom, who don't give a fuck about your gems, your jewels, your jewelry, right? Some people don't give a fuck about that shit. You try to give it to them, they'll turn around and kill you, right? And say you asked for it because you violate in their space. So I am striving to build a new world. And you can build a new world right now, right here, right now. You can build a new world within the confines of the world you currently live in and grew up in. You can build something new. You don't have to operate the same way, right? You can detach from the matrix, as they say. Multiverses are a real thing. It's all a choice, though. It's all a choice. You want to live in the world that you currently live in, the world that impoverishes people, oppresses people, exploits people, restricts freedoms from people, restricts food from people. You want to live in that world? That's always going to be there. You can create a different world. Literally, you can. That's the beauty of life. You can create whatever the fuck you want. You just got to believe it's possible. Believe it's possible. See it with your eyes, right? See it in your mind's eye. Believe it's possible. See it in your mind's eye and work towards that shit. Communicate with a few people. Keep that shit going and like bring that shit into existence. You could do it. You 100% could do it. You got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in what's possible. You got to believe in the divine. You got to believe in the divine impact and power in your life. You got to believe. But deeper than belief, you got to know. You got to know that it's possible. How do you know that it's possible? Because the world that you are living in didn't always exist. People created this world. It wasn't always like this with all of these prisons and all of this rape. It wasn't always like this. It wasn't. It's created. So you can create a new world, a better world, a bolder world, a brighter world, a world built on love, a world built on truth, a world built on freedom, a world built on peace, a world built on justice, a world built on liberation, a world built on harmony, a world built on togetherness, a world built on unity, a world built on community, right? Like a world built on health and on wellness, right? Like you don't have to continue to live in a world where the whole culture is about death. It's death culture. The foods that you eat is death culture. The clothing is death culture. Shit is death culture. We don't got to keep living in this world. And even though as we build a new world, we're going to be in this world, right? But like build a new one and strive. You can do it from right where you at. Institute new ways of being. Act differently, right? Actively black. Act as such. Be the change you want to see in the world. Portray what you think should be. And so it will be. People are going to see you. They're going to imitate you. They're going to follow you, right? Mona's reading this book, Freakonomics, and we were talking about the factors and non-factors of a child, what impacts a child's testing scores, whether positively or negatively. And ultimately, it was like children model who you are, not what you do. Who you are. Who are you? It's not what you do. It's not what you show me. It's what's innately in you. That's what we're going to gravitate towards. Like, that's that inner pull. It's that inner compass. We're connected to each other through that inner. Right? So, yes, we can do things, and yes, it can be cute, and it can be positive, and it can have some impact. But overall, the greatest impact is always going to be from internal. We're always going to follow each other's internal light or darkness, one way or the other. Right? It's real shit. Shit is deep, yo. But let's move right along, family. So, a third segment of the day. Today's third segment, as always, is our tip of the day. Today's tip is to keep in mind that each new month, like each new day, brings with it new opportunities to begin again, to begin anew. Regardless of what happened yesterday, regardless of how you were yesterday, your innate power of choice gives you the opportunity to change, to do things differently today, right here, right now. You did something 5 minutes ago, you can do something different in this moment. Each moment, each day, each month is an opportunity to do something different, to do something new, to start fresh. Right? You don't have to do the same things you did yesterday. You don't have to be the same way you were yesterday. No, you can adjust and you can make a different choice. And although many would say it's easier said than done, or it's easier said than done, sugar, a lot of times that's excuses for people who are not ready to make the changes. And that's okay, right? Everybody in their own time. Is love is love. It's all love. I love you, right? We're gonna rock how we go rock. Beyond that, I'm working on something. But it is actually pretty simple. Maybe not so easy, right? That's real, right? Because habits, right? It's hard to rewire your brain and to let go of certain habits. It's difficult. It's challenging, right? But it's literally as easy as committing to it. It's as easy as committing to it. You commit to it, and then you're on the path. And then you're on the path. Even if you fuck up, you're on the path. You're still making progress. Still making progress, right? And so maybe even that mindset that's easier said than done is born out of conditioning and attachment to habit and yesterday's way of being. This shit is fascinating. You really can do something different choice, right? And I fully understand that choices, that whole thing is subjective, right? Because I use hot dogs, for example. For a while, I thought the only choices for hot dogs was ketchup and mustard, and then it was relish. I didn't know that I could have onions, I could have pickles, I could have peppers, right? Like I could have honey mustard. That came later, but initially, it was you want ketchup or you want mustard, and then it was like you want some relish. So I could have beans, I could have a chili dog, right? I could have a chili dog, right? Like, I can do something different. I can do things differently, right? You can change your mind. You can start something new, right? Like, so choice is a funny thing, but choice is introduced. But this is the beauty of contemplation, because when you meditate and you sit in contemplation, your mind wanders, and you may have these questions. I'm really tired of ketchup and mustard. Is there anything else I can put on my hot dog? And then that's when you get innovative, and then you try shit. That's how things are built. That's probably how all those other condiments became part of the hot dog. It's because somebody contemplated in meditation, like, what else going to fuck? What else can I put in the hot dog? Really, you can put anything you want on the hot dog. You can put anything you want on the hot dog. Literally, you can. You can put chicken on a hot dog, right? You can put mushrooms on a hot dog, all right? You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. Put rice on a hot dog. Do it how you want to do it, man, right? Beauty of choice. Power of choice. But let's move right along to our fourth segment. Hey, what's going on? Name is Rain. Peace and love. Thanks for tuning in. Listen, fourth segment, final segment, build of the day. Today's build, going off similar to that concept, right? Keep in mind that each new month. Today's build is how would things be different for you? How would things be for you if you kept your word to yourself? If you kept your word to yourself, how would things be for you? So many of us use the phrase, my word is all I have. My word is my bond. All I got is my word. Without my word, I am nothing. So many of us use that phrase. And they relate their commitments to others. They relate that phrase to their commitment to others. I gave my word, I got to do it. This is noble. This is fucking great. This is as it should be. It's virtuous, right? One should strive to keep their commitments made to others. Now, Again, you guys know I'm transparent and vulnerable and all of that shit. I'll be the first to be honest and say that I have not always kept my commitments to others. Not because I didn't want to, right? And it doesn't even matter. There's no excuse. I have not always kept my commitments to others. I have not. Many different reasons commitments were broken. Many different reasons relationships were impacted because of broken commitments. I hold that. I eat that. I take that shit. Maybe not the only one though, right? Like I might be the only one who has not kept all of my commitments to others. I would say I'm like 90% though. 90% of shit I say I'm gonna do, I've done. Right? It's 10%. I say I'm gonna do it, didn't get it done. Right? I take the heat, I take the flack, all of that shit. But what about our commitments to ourselves? What about those commitments? What about those commitments? If somebody tells us they're gonna do something for us and they don't do it, we jump down their throats. We're to cut them off and they ain't shit and they foul. What happens when we give a word to ourselves and we don't follow through? We don't honor our own commitments to self. What happens? Now, I'm not the only one to have said, right? And I might be the only one who have said, right? I wouldn't do a thing again, and I've done it, right? Many you guys, I shared this before. So I haven't had an alcoholic drink in almost 3 years. February is gonna be 3 years, right? But prior to that, there was a few years of me saying, "Yo, I'm gonna stop drinking," and I would drink again. Yo, I'm gonna stop drinking, and I would go a few days. I would go a few weeks sometimes without drinking, and then I would be in my feelings, I would be in my emotions, and now I'm drinking again. And now I'm drinking wine, and now I'm drinking alcohol, and now I'm having those drinks, right? I didn't always keep my word to myself. But where would you be if you kept your word to yourself? The last 3 years almost, I've kept my word to myself. Same thing with smoking. I said, yo, I'm going to take a break smoking. And I take 3 days off. Say I'm not smoking for a month. I take 3 days off, and then something happens. I feel away, and then now I'm buying more weed. Now I'm smoking again. But you know what? You push yourself. You get better. Get back on. Give yourself grace and compassion. Get back on the fucking horse. And now I've gone a month without smoking. Literally, September 1st was the last time I smoked. It's a month. All right, I have not smoked. I have not had a desire to smoke. I thought about some gummies or some teas, but I'm like, don't need it. All right, like I enjoy how I feel with cannabis, and I am going to smoke cannabis again, but I'm giving myself a break. Right, I'm giving myself a break. And then there's going to be a time when I say, all right, you know what? I'm done smoking. I don't want to do this thing to my lungs anymore. But until then, I'm going to smoke when I feel like it. It's just, but where will we be? What would our lives be like if we kept our word to ourselves? I know I'm not the only one that said I wouldn't do something, and I've done it. Or I've said I start doing the thing. I'm going to work out every day, and I don't. Yo, I'm going to eat. And it took me a long time to, right? Like, yo, I'm going to say I'm going to do something and haven't done it. I'm a work in progress. I can admit that. I'm nowhere near where I want to be as a human, as a man, as a father, as a partner, as a son, as a brother, as an uncle, as a nephew, as a friend, as a person in the community, brother in the neighborhood. I'm nowhere near where I want to be. I have extremely high standards for myself, and I'm striving to reach them. I'm fighting against myself and my conditioning and all of the shit, right? Like, but I'm reaching them. But just imagine, where would you be? What would your life be like if you kept your word to yourself? Literally. If I kept my word to myself, I'll be 100% financially stable and abundant right now. My body would be exactly where I want it to be right now. Right? I would have did my billboard already if I kept my word to myself. Right? That was supposed to be last year. Right? If I kept my word to myself. Right? Stop eating late night. Right? Like work out every day consistently. 2 workouts a day sometimes 3 workouts. Right? Like push yourself beyond the limits. Where would you be? What would your life be like if you kept your word to yourself? Somebody breaks their word to us. We ready to jump down their throats, but we break our word to ourselves every day in so many ways. All right? Every day in so many ways we break our word to ourselves. Shit is profound when you think about it. When I think about it, shit is profound. It's like magical. It's like so powerful. So talk to me, guys. Where would you be? If you're tuned into the show, let me know, where would you be if you kept your word to yourself? What would your life be like? Would you be healthier? Would you be wealthier? Would you be still in relationship with, if you have a child, with your child's partner? Your child's your co-parent, your child's other parent, right? Where would you be living, right? How would your relationship be like with your children, with your friends, with your family members, if you kept your word to yourself? To others, important, absolutely. but keep your word to yourself. Like, you are always with you. Like, you are the most important person in your life. It is not your children. It is not your spouse. It is you. Because without you being your best, without you striving, without you setting the tone, whether you're man or woman, the other aspects of your life are going to be impacted. They're going to be impacted. So, like, where would you be? What would your life be like if you kept your word to yourself? Shit is deep, guys. Right? Like, again, it's something I think about often. Where would I be? I would be living in a different place. Right? I would already have degrees, right? College degrees. I don't have any degrees. I did get my GED and I do have certifications and things, but I have no degree. So you know what? Like, I'm going back to school, right? Like, I'm applying to go back to school to get my degree to ultimately in the next 10, 15, 20 years at 61, the latest, become a doctor. And I'll live to well into my 90s and I'll be done. I'll be a doctor for 30 plus years. And I'm gonna be healthy. I'm gonna be strong. I'm gonna be firm. I ain't gonna be feeble and weak. No, I'm gonna be like traveling and healing people, giving people the herbs that they need and the medicine that they need, right? Like the love that they need, the mind to mind connection, the sight that they need to live and to thrive and to have life more abundantly. Where would you be if you kept your word to yourself? Please drop it in the comments. I know this is a little bit transparent, right? But like, where would you be? What would your life be like if you kept your word to yourself? If you kept your word to yourself and did all the things you said that you would do and didn't do the things anymore that you said you wouldn't do, what would life be like? Sefu said, thank you for commenting, my brother. I appreciate that. Sefu said, I will have multiple businesses that will finance my life work. That's real. I will have multiple businesses. Sefu Sankofa, NEPPC, Northeast Political Prisoner Coalition Chair, said, I will have multiple businesses that will finance my life work. Same. Same, right? Like I registered my business last year. I just got a freaking business bank account 2 weeks ago, right? I still haven't put my business out there to the public. And I need to jump on the phone with my man, get some flyers done, get some collateral done, right? Create some promo videos, right? I need to push my services, create some commercials. I need to push my service. I got some dope services, coaching services, right? Health coaching, wellness coaching, relationship coaching, parenting coaching, right? I got some dope services, right? Organizational consulting, right? Like art and media solutions for organizations, individuals, and nonprofits and communities, right? I got some really dope services. I've helped some dope people. I've done some incredible things with some people. I'm having my business out there. I'm reshaping my mind. But if I would have kept my word to myself when I registered the business last year and went running instead of thinking so much, we might be millionaires already. That's how dope my business is, and that's how magnetic my energy is. Once I'm pushing that shit, it's gonna work. Shit gonna rock. Connected to too many people, too much positive energy, too much love, right? Shit gonna flow. But that's the journey. And that's why it's important to give yourself grace and compassion. Grace and compassion, because man, oh man, oh man, oh man, you can beat yourself down. And that ain't gonna do nothing. Beating yourself down is not gonna help. So be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself. Right? Understand that like you are learning something different. How many of our parents, grandparents, uncles, aunts, caretakers, right, older siblings broke their words to us? So like it's conditions like, oh, it's okay, it's not that bad. Oh, it's okay. I said sorry. It wasn't my intention. It wasn't my intention. You spoke about this. Intentions or impact. What's more important to you? Not your intention, or how, regardless of not being your intention, you had an action and it impacted somebody. And this is the impact. This is the result of your actions. Intentional or not, somebody's hurt by what you said or did or didn't say or didn't do. Right? It's real. Mona Love said, I will be anywhere, everywhere I choose. Come on now. I will be anywhere, everywhere I choose. Kept your word to yourself. So let's keep our words to ourselves, family. Like let's be a little more tough with ourselves, right? A little more like compassion, grace, yes, right? Because your best changes, loved one passes, divorce, breakup, housing issues, parenting, child issues, financial challenges, right? Health. Your best differs, but just do your best and like keep your word to yourself as best as you can. You hear me? And with that, guys, that's our show, man. Listen, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really love you guys. I really love doing this show, man. I can't wait to episode 500. I'm going to speak to the guy tomorrow. Hopefully we can lock it in tomorrow so we can start getting some flyers and stuff done for that, because all of you are invited Tuesday, November 18th, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. SR Daily, episode 500. It's major. It's major. It's major. I'm super. I'm tired now. All right. I've been up since like 2-something. So I'm super excited for 500th episode. If we could do this in Queensbridge, if we can lock in the date at the community center, it's gonna be a blast. Of course, we're gonna have some fruit before we set up. Right, has to come in, get some fruit, mixed mingle, get some beverages. Probably gonna reach out to Toast, get Toast to sponsor. All right, some non-alcoholic beverages, man, and I'll make this thing a big thing because episode 500 is a big thing. But listen, guys, I love you. I appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in today. I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Ray Marston. You are tuned into SR Daily, episode 466, Wellness and Wisdom, Wednesday, October 1st. New month, new day, new opportunities, new lessons, new blessings, new devils, new levels. You hear me? I hope you guys join. I hope you guys join us tomorrow, same time, same place, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Instagram Live. And remember, it ain't getting knocked down. That's the problem. It's staying down. So get up. The power is in you. As always, be kind to yourself. Be kind to each other. Peace and love. Have a great one, guys. Peace.